what I'm doing here, this is the solar water heater, and I want to put a row of solar panels here and probably a second row here. Arbitrary somewhere, right?
Hello, and welcome to Carlin's Off-Grid YouTube channel. I do things differently. I'm a wanderer, a tinkerer, a nerd, and a U.S. Navy veteran. I have a motorcycle, a truck, and a school bus. Oh, and I built my house now. There might also be spaceships and stuff. I live off-grid. I'm powered by the universe. Comments are always welcome. It would be really awesome if you could subscribe. Hey! Alright, you found me. My name is Carlin, and I've got a off-grid house here on a little ranch in West Texas. Thanks for joining. I'll show you around. More info is on my website. You should totally check that out. The link is in the description. Cool, on with the show already.
So today I figured out the angle. You can go on the internet, type in your location, it'll tell you your summer and winter angles. Okay. So 34 degrees for my location. Alright, 34 is good for my location. Okay, 34 degrees from vertical. So if vertical, 0 degrees would be straight down. This is 34, so it's about 30 degrees from vertical, so it's 60 degrees from horizontal, okay? Based on that, I didn't make these stands tall enough because 30 degrees, 34 degrees hits the ground before it even gets out there. So I couldn't even get to a winter angle on these, all right? So, wrong. Good? When I made these, I couldn't remember the angles. I think I did these at 45, so they're a little bit too flat for winter, but they're good compromise because I'm not going to move these because they're hooked to plumbing. So I just did them at 45 and they're going to stay there. I'm never going to move them. Good? But I want to make sure that when I put solar panels in front of this, I don't cast a shadow on that during the winter. I hope this is the last time I have to do this, so I'm trying to get it right. Alright, so what I've got, I think I may have known this before, but I typically would forget. That might even show up. So this is a speed square. And one of the things that the speed square can do is it can compute angles. So from vertical, you pivot from the top where it says pivot, and then you can use it as a protractor or a compass, one of those. So over here is 0 degrees, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and 35, so one tick less is 34. That's my winter position. Okay. So what I did, I clamped that in position, and then using my framing square, I drew a line vertical to that. Okay, now I can go back now that we've seen that. Okay, now this light color 2x4 is screwed to the water heater frame, and that's going to simulate proper winter angle. Okay, so that is mounted. And then down off the bottom, I clamped a framing square, so that's a 90 degrees. Okay, what I'm going to do now is hold a 2x4, I'm going to try to find one that's kind of straight, and go out 90 degrees to that, and the top of the solar panel has to be below the bottom of the water heater for this to work. That way I know that in winter my solar panel isn't going to cast shade on the water heater. I need to have it up higher so that I can swing down and hit the winter position. Okay. Once I've got that figured out, I can figure out where to put the legs. I'm going to duplicate this setup as much as I can, just so that they all look about the same. Okay, wind is going to be pretty hard to work with here, so what I've got there, a horizontal board that's level with the top of the solar collector, okay? So that's where I want the top of the solar panels to be. Okay, that new diagonal board is basically representing my shadow line. So that's how far out I can put the next set of solar panels, because the top board is level. Okay, the light colored board is 34 degrees. That's my winter position. I checked it with the square. From the light colored board to this board is 90 degrees. So the bottom of this panel has to be a straight line to the top of the next panel. If it's too close, I'll shadow the bottom of the panel, okay? The sun will be no lower than that line in the winter when I'm facing south, and that is south, okay? So if you notice, we're in line, bottom edge, with that edge of the house, which doesn't matter, but I set the house to be due east, and so we're in line with that, so we're good. The top of this panel is where I want the top of the next panel to be, so that's where that line is. So from there I can drop it vertical, and that will be that post on the next panel. Say 98 inches. Now I know it's 98 inches from the back post to the next back post, okay? Kind of arbitrary, but it's a 34 degrees, so that's kind of how it's going to be. But by pulling a level line off and fixing my angle down there and going angle down and then perpendicular 90 degrees up to the next top, then we're good. That should be right on. Now, if I had taken the time to do this in the beginning when I put the first set of solar panels beside the bus, I completely botched that. That's why I'm taking the time to do it now. Because before, in winter, when you need it the most, my solar panels were half shadowed by the bus. That's why I had to move them another 10 feet out. And then it wasn't until later that I decided to go ahead and put the house where it is, so then the panels are in the way again. So if I bring the panels out here, I should be good to go. And now I know the interval, the spacing between panels, the tops of the panels will be even, the bottoms doesn't matter. By bringing them up a little bit, it gives me more angle. I can now put them in proper winter angle. What I'm hoping, and here's the thing, see the IBC there, right here's the water tank. My plan is to put one row off of that first post that we just did, and then a second row somewhere in here. I got to make sure the IBC doesn't shadow me. And I'm looking at it, I should be far enough out because in wintertime the sun rises kind of more in this direction. Right now it's rising this way, but by winter it'll be this way. So by the time the sun is over these hills over here, I should be out of the shadow here. So I should get morning sun. And then the solar trackers will make up the difference when I get them built. And I'll be able to use the same set of numbers to put the solar tracker far enough over so it doesn't shadow this. And that'll be good. So I'll have probably 2 runs of fixed panels and then 1 or 2 trackers, which will give me some sun in the first thing in the morning. Cool. Okay, shooting against the daylight isn't doing me any favors, but I got this bench set up pretty much in line with the IBC. The bench top is ironically almost exactly the same height. I ran a level across to the IBC. Okay, so that makes it a good thing. This is a shade line of what the IBC will cast for shade. And this is the back post here. Okay, so pretty much the IBC is going to completely shadow like where that bush is. Alright. Also a little bit windy still. I need one row to cover what I've got there, so that'll be this row. Okay. Second row, I'm going to do half a row. I'm just not going to put a panel there. Now later on, if I ever move the IBC, I could put another row of panels here. So this wind is really annoying. You know, just saying. It is really going today. But it's nice and cool, so I'm getting lots of digging done. Alright, that's about it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. And what else is there? Patreon and PayPal and all that other stuff. Check out the link in the description. I've got a page on my website, gives you a lot more information about the ranch and everything I'm doing out here. So again, thanks for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
More info is on my website. You should totally check that out. Link is in the description. I do things differently.